In this video, we're going to talk about the top 20 rookie mistakes that are made in Las Vegas. Now, we have visited Vegas about 200 times, and we have made so many mistakes along the way. So in this video, we hope that you learn from those mistakes so that you have a great time on your next Vegas trip. So we're going to get right into rookie mistake number one, and it's probably the most common mistake, and that's underestimating how much walking you're going to do. Now, the Las Vegas Strip from Mandalay Bay to the Strat is 4 miles long, and that's not considering all the zigzagging you're going to do. You will not be walking in a straight line because you're going to go through casinos, over pedestrian bridges, through crosswalks. And if you are wearing high heels or brand new shoes or just uncomfortable shoes, you're going to have blisters, you're going to be sore, you're really going to feel it. Now, you also might take a look and see that, oh, the Mirage, it looks like it's a 15-minute walk away. Let's head over there. And you're going to walk for 15 minutes, and you're going to realize that you have another 15 minutes to go. The buildings are tall, and it just looks very deceiving. Things look a lot closer than they actually are. Another mistake that rookies make is finding yourself down a dark side street, especially at night when it's dark and you might be intoxicated. Now, the Strip is right behind me. There's the Strat, there's the Las Vegas Boulevard. But the thing of it is you just make one turn down a side street and you end up in a really sketchy neighborhood. So near the Strat, there's an area called Naked City, and it's a place you don't want to be hanging out at that night. So I would recommend, if you are going to be walking around, stay on the Strip, don't go off into the side streets, and make sure you use the buddy system when you're walking around. Another mistake that rookies make is not bringing enough cash and having to pay high service charges at the ATM to withdraw money. Now, maybe you just don't like to bring a lot of cash with you, but another mistake is not knowing where to take out money and save on those service charges. So for example, here at Harrah's, this ATM right behind me has a service charge of $11.99. But if I walk right next door to Casino Royale, it's only $3 to take out money. Now, also, if you're over by the M&M store up on the 4th floor, there is a Bank of America ATM, so if you're a B of A customer, you can take out money for free. Another mistake that rookies make is not asking for an upgrade when you check in. Now, there's two ways that you can go about doing this. You can first just ask for a complimentary upgrade. Now, maybe if it's your birthday or you're celebrating an anniversary or another special occasion, you might want to mention that and just be nice. Another way that you can ask for an upgrade is by doing the $20 trick. Now, to do that, you take a $20 bill and you put it in between your driver's license and your credit card, and you hand it to the front desk person when you're checking in. And at that time, you will ask for a complimentary upgrade. Now, the front desk person will not be offended. This is something very normal here in Las Vegas, and it may work if they have the availability. Now, another mistake that people make, though, when doing the $20 trick is thinking that you're going to get some massive suite in return. And while that does happen on rare occasion, that is not typical. It's more likely that you are going to get something on a higher floor, something maybe with a view, or in a remodeled room. So I say that try to ask for that upgrade no matter which route you choose, and just set your expectations. Another rookie mistake is not being considerate when you're taking photos in Las Vegas. So there are so many photo opportunities here, whether it be here at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, maybe the Bellagio fountains or the Mirage volcano, but everybody is looking to get those same shots. So when you go and take your photos, go in, find your spot, get the photos that you want, and move on, because it's likely there are going to be a lot of people there also waiting to get that same photo. There are 40 million visitors to Las Vegas every year, and it would be really sad that they went home without that photo because you thought this was your personal backdrop for your photo shoot. Another mistake that rookies make is coming to Vegas and on your first day, way overdoing it. You go to the pool and get way too much sun. You drink way too much. Maybe you go to the buffet and you eat way too much, walking way too far and really hurting your feet. And then you're gonna end up spending day number 2 recovering in your room. So instead of trying to kill it all in one day, spread the fun over the days that you're here, and it'll be a much more enjoyable trip. Another rookie mistake is not negotiating with street performers before you go and take pictures with them. So the performers out here are only able to work off of tips. They can't set any prices. But what happens is they're going to take the picture with you, and then they're going to tell you that you have to pay them some ridiculous amount like $50 or $40 per person. So you have to figure out what you're going to be comfortable with. And before you take a picture with them, go ahead and do that negotiation. So that way, after the picture's taken, there's not that awkwardness that happens. You all just know what is expected, and you give them that tip. Another mistake that rookies make is not recognizing that the weather in Las Vegas can fluctuate. Now, some people assume because it's in a desert that it's always hot, but that is just not the case. We've been here in the summertime when it's 118 degrees, but we've also been here in the wintertime when it's 30 degrees. So it's really important that you check the weather apps to see what the temperature is going to be like when you're here, because it could also be windy or rainy, and you want to make sure to bring the appropriate clothes for that time of the year. Another rookie mistake is overpaying for alcohol and other things. So I'm going to give you an example of a tall can of Modelo. So we have been to some of the little alcohol stands that they have out on the street, and they'll charge like about $16 for that can of Modelo. Now if you go to your hotel convenience store, you're going to pay about $10 to $12 for that same can. But if you go to an ABC store, Walgreens, or CVS, you'll pay around $5 for that same can. But that doesn't just go for alcohol or beer. Anything like snacks or some toiletries, it's gonna be a lot cheaper if you go to an ABC store, Walgreens, or CVS. So I recommend that when you're staying at your hotel, figure out where that local store is, ABC store, Walgreens, or CVS, and go stock up there. Another huge mistake that rookies make when coming to Las Vegas is not flying in on their private jet. Okay, dream on, Melissa, but in all seriousness, there is a mistake that is made and people think that it costs money to hit the like button or to subscribe to the channel, but it's absolutely free. So if you're enjoying this content, be sure to hit both the like and the subscribe, and let's continue on with the video. Another mistake that rookies make is counting or organizing their money in public. Now, shocking, I know, but there are thieves in Las Vegas and they're always looking for their next target. So if you're out there flaunting your money, you might be that next target. Now, I would suggest that you go into a bathroom stall or maybe back to your room or somewhere private so that you can count or organize your money. And at the same token, be sure to protect the vouchers that come out of the slot machines. You want to treat those sort of like cash and put them somewhere safe. And don't forget to cash out the vouchers if you are leaving a slot machine. Both my husband and a friend have lost money by leaving the vouchers in the machines. Another rookie mistake is the gambling approach. You're going to want to set a budget, stick to it, and don't chase your losses. Also, approach gambling as entertainment only. Don't expect to come home a winner. While it might happen, it's far and few in between. Also, you're going to want to watch some YouTube videos so you can learn more about your game of choice. For example, with blackjack, you're going to want to learn some basic strategy and go to the tables that are 3-2 versus 6-5. And with roulette, you want to avoid those 0-0 tables. Now with slots, there are going to be some slot machines with terrible odds because they have to pay royalties because it's themed after a movie or the NFL or a singer. There are hundreds of videos out there on YouTube that teach you strategies so that you can increase your odds on your game of choice. One rookie mistake is not safeguarding your belongings. Women, you should wear a crossbody purse across your front side, and men, you should be keeping your wallet in your front pocket. And make sure you know where your phone is. If you are in a crowded area, you'll want to make sure to just be vigilant and make sure you know exactly where your belongings are. They might have somebody distracting you while somebody else tries to steal something, or somebody might come from behind to try to steal something. Also, if you're going to be doing a lot of drinking, you might consider leaving your belongings in your room, just bring out an ID, a credit card, and a small amount of cash. This next rookie mistake applies specifically to people who are driving in from California. Now, if you were staying over a weekend and going home on a Sunday, it is a mistake to go home after checkout time. So it might be 11 or 12 o'clock and you're driving home, and we have made that mistake. And instead of taking 4 hours to get home, it could take up to 8 hours to get home. So we have learned that we have to leave early in the morning and we leave by 8 or 9 a.m., or we have to leave really late at night. So I recommend that if you are going to be driving home on Sunday, leave early, leave really late, or come home on Monday. Another mistake that rookies make is talking to timeshare people. So how do you know if they're timeshare people? Well, they're gonna ask you questions like, are you in town tomorrow? Or do you want some free show tickets? And you might be enticed about the free show tickets and go talk to them about it. And then you find out that you have to go to a presentation. So they tell you it's gonna be a 90-minute presentation, and then it ends up being more like 4 hours. And if you're only here for a few days, that's like half a day of your precious vacation time. But not only that, they are trained professionals. They are going to use high pressure tactics and really corner you into buying a timeshare. And that's gonna cost you a lot more than those free show tickets would have cost. So we recommend that if any of these people approach you, you just say no right off the bat. Another mistake that rookies make is not getting a player's card. Now these are free to get. You just go up to the desk and show your ID, and this is their loyalty program. And they're gonna track how much you spend in the casinos. But when you use your player's card at the casinos, you might earn things like free play, complimentary room nights, food and beverage credit, and not only that, if you play enough, you might get put into a different tier status and get things like free parking, which can be $25 a night, or resort fees are up to $50 a night. So just make sure that when you do come and get your player's card, you put it in the machine or at the table every time you play. Another rookie mistake that people make is coming to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign when it is super busy. Now, it's going to be really busy in the middle of the day, and it gets busy late into the night sometimes. But if you can come really early in the morning, it's going to be less crowded here, so you have less to contend with when you're trying to get that perfect picture. Now, also, you're going to see a lot of people standing in line because they want to get that front and center shot. And so you can stay in that line, but you don't have to. You can get sort of on the side of it, and you're going to get almost just as good of a picture just standing right on the side here. Now, I will say, if you do decide to stand in line to get that perfect picture, when you get to the front, there's usually going to be somebody up there that is going to want to help you take that perfect picture. They're going to be working for tips. Now, you can choose to use them and tip that person. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't want to pay that tip, you can have another family member or just somebody that's in the line with you take that picture for you. Another mistake that rookies make is not understanding the scams that go on in Las Vegas. So for example, you might see somebody who is trying to hand you a CD and they say that they're an up-and-coming artist. But once you take that CD, they want you to give them money for it. And a lot of times you go home and the CD is blank. Now, another scam you might see around is people dressed up as monks and they're carrying bracelets and they try to hand out these bracelets to you. You might think it's a nice gesture, but once you take that bracelet, they want you to pay them money for that bracelet. Now, you also are gonna see the good old 3-card Monty going around. They have people with them, they're collaborating, and they're making it seem like you're gonna win lots of money, but it's all just a sham. So just say no thank you to all these things. And those are just a few of them that go on in Las Vegas. There are just so many, just say no thank you. Another mistake that rookies make is in how they tip the cocktail waitresses. Now, first impressions mean a lot. So if you're going to be sitting at a table or at a slot machine for a given period of time, you want to make sure that you tip generously the first round, so that way they come back over and over again. A rookie mistake that people make in their rooms is not properly securing their doors. When you're inside of your room, be sure to bolt it and latch it. People have reported things stolen in the middle of the night. Breaking in the room in the middle of the night, you don't even know things are missing until the morning. And also, when you leave your room, you want to make sure I'm pulling that door and be sure it actually latches. We see too many times where people are leaving their doors just slightly open. They don't even know it. Now, another rookie mistake that people make in their rooms is mistaking their mini fridge for a personal fridge. Now, you might have an empty refrigerator in there, and that's fine for you to use, but a lot of hotels have the mini fridges with the items already inside of there. And the thing is, if you remove any of those items, the sensor's gonna indicate that you purchased that, and they will put that on your bill. So if you want to store things cold, you can either bring a cooler with you, buy a collapsible cooler at a Walgreens, CVS, or you might use one of your sinks and put some ice in there. A final bonus mistake is not watching more of our videos, so be sure to check out this playlist here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.